Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to This Day.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, and as you can tell, it's Halloween, October 31st. Guess who we are? Well, who am I?
I think you're Marianne.
I'm Marianne, and you are?
I am Thurston Howell III, and I just don't know where my wife Lovey is. I think she had one too many last night and is probably passed out on the beach. As for me right now, I think my martini is drowning my olives. It's turned them green.
He's really into character. What a crack up. All right, well, anyway, we are obviously from Gilligan's Island, and today at our staff, the whole building is dressed, so if you come on downstairs and to resident services, you can see all the fun Halloween stuff. In any case, well, who's on our show today? Who is lucky enough to be on the show today?
Well, from Adapt To It, we have Leslie Gabola, one of the best owners of Adapt To It we've ever known. Also, we have a wonderful, just from the Emeritus Institute, a great fitness instructor, and we're going to tell you about the 2020 census and Hoag Orthopedic, where I often go to get my, my elbow fix after a round of tennis.
I'm sorry, I just cannot stop laughing today. All right, we've got the third resident policy and compliance task force meeting in the boardroom at 1:30, and then we have the United Agenda prep meeting in the Willow Room at 2 o'clock. Okay, so Halloween started from somewhere, and it happened to start with the ancient Celtic festivals of the Samhain, when people would light bonfires and wear costumes to ward off ghosts. In the 8th century, Pope Gregory III designated November 1st as a time to honor All Saints. Soon, All Saints' Day incorporated some of the traditions of the Samhain. The evening before was known as All Hallows' Eve, and later Halloween. Over time, Halloween evolved into a day of activities like trick-or-treating, carving jack-o'-lanterns, and whatever other festivities that come along with parades and costumes. When the celebration was over, they relit their hearth fires, which they had extinguished earlier that evening, from the sacred bonfire to help protect them from the coming winter. In addition to causing trouble and damaging crops, Celts thought that the presence of the overworldly spirits made it easier for the Druids or Celtic priests to make predictions about the future. For a people entirely dependent on the volatile natural world, these prophecies were an important source of comfort. Just like that martini that good old Thurston is holding in his hand. A source of comfort for him, no doubt.
Well, I have to tell you, I have no idea why I'm holding this martini, because I have to tell you, I'm a Manhattan man. So this does nothing for me, but it's what I'm always associated with. Not bad. Well, as far as the weather goes, it's not bad for us right now. I'm going to break character here, and I'll tell you that we've been very lucky here in Orange County because the winds have just not come down here in force like they have, unfortunately, in so many other areas. Now, we're still expecting, I put it down to really mild winds today, even if that. Last night, overnight, there was, in most areas, little to nothing. Even up where we live in the foothills, we often get a lot. This morning, it was totally calm. I think it might come back a little bit, little offshore breezes for sure, but we've been very, very fortunate here. Going forward, you can see it's just going to get nice and mild, cool overnights, good traditional fall weather for Southern California. And remember, Saturday night, well, technically Sunday morning at 2 a.m., if you're up at that time, you want to fall back because that's the end of daylight saving time. Let's look around the county and beyond today. And oh no, North Orange County, it's not 796, it's 79 degrees. Well, who knows? Maybe it is. Who knows? But as I said, look at even today, warmer much at the beaches because we are getting these offshore breezes, and they're just going to be breezes, not much at all. But look at Palm Springs versus Orange County. You know, a lot warmer here. Arrowhead, 58 degrees. So overall, again, we have been very, very lucky here in Orange County. There's a couple little spot fires here and there. There was one up in Yorba Linda last night that was knocked down by Orange County Fire in like 30 minutes. So very, very fortunate, unlike other areas. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Gloria always went big. So we helped her plan a memorial service that no one would soon forget. This one's for you, Gloria. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other. Find out how at dignityorangecounty.com.
For over 25 years, we have worked hard to make Brilliant Smile the premier dental office in Laguna Woods. We take the extra time to understand our patients' special needs and always perform the highest quality dental work at affordable prices in a relaxing and friendly environment. There is no need to refer our patients to anybody else. We perform everything from cleaning all the way to the implant and sinus surgeries all under one roof. Stop in or call and experience the Brilliant Smile difference.
Hey Laguna Woods, it's Ken.
And Lisa.
Did you miss an episode of This Day? Not to worry. Head over to youtube.com and search Village Television.
Here you can find each episode of This Day and other community programs such as Good Day OC, Discovering Laguna Woods, and much more.
Just click the red subscribe button, then click the bell to be emailed every time we upload a video.
Don't miss out.
And subscribe today.
We love to show people that our sight loss won't hold us back. Thanks to free classes at Braille Institute, we're returning to the things we love. We're connecting with the world using today's technology. And we're learning to get back in the game. Thanks to Braille Institute, it's about what we can do, not what we can't.
Get information about free programs available from Braille Institute Anaheim, or learn about our new center in South Orange County by calling 1-800-BRAILLE or visit brailleinstitute.org.
I'm here with Leslie Gabola, and let me refill my martini here. Would you like some?
Oh, certainly. Thank you, Captain.
There you are. Happy
Cheers.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween. It's great to be here.
It's great to see you.
Thank you.
It's always fun to have you come by and bring us stuff.
Exactly.
And you have a kind of a Halloween theme to go with
Halloween
this, right?
theme.
Right?
You can mask your pain, or you can take care of it and adapt to it.
There you go.
There we go.
And the traditional ice
This
bag.
is so simple. I always say we have high tech and we have low
Right.
tech. Well, this is about as low tech as you get, but it is so effective. You can take it literally, absolutely anywhere. Stick in a purse, in a bag. It's actually, this is like pleated, so it gets bigger.
Yeah.
Throw ice in here, throw a tiny bit of water, and you've got a really nice cold pack that you can
Right.
put anywhere. And then since it squishes, it stays where you
It's
put
amazing.
it.
They've been around for 100 years or whatever, and they still.
And it
yeah.
does hold vodka.
It does. It does hold vodka. All right.
And then we have the traditional hot and cold packs.
Mm-hmm.
We have some that have straps, and the straps are all flexible, so they
Right.
fit various sizes and body parts and all that. This one's a hot and a cold. Some of them are hot, some of them are cold only.
It can do both.
Yeah, but this one does both, and these are really nice because they're filled with beans. And so it's actually a moist heat. What the beads do is they take the moisture from the environment and kind of just take them and store them. And so when you heat it, the moisture comes out on the pad, so you get a moist heat.
Oh, wow. This could be heated in the microwave? Okay.
And then moist heat is better because it penetrates a little bit deeper
Right.
than the dry heat does.
Or
But-
you can put it in the freezer?
Or you can put it in the
Wow, I didn't
freezer.
know there's one that could do both.
Yeah. We have
That's
several
really
that can
good.
do both, and it's Velcro, so as big or small as you want it. This is a great one for around your eyes, like for a headache, or around like a small joint, like an elbow or
That's
a
a
knee.
really good idea.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, so so does it stay, like, if you take it from the freezer or the refrigerator, would it stay cool fairly
It does.
long?
It stays cool. It's a better, actually, in all honesty, it's a better hot pack than cold pack.
Okay.
But it'll stay cool or cold for
That's
about
great.
20 minutes.
All right, very good. Great idea.
And then this is our professional, this is my favorite, and it is cold.
Wow.
This is my professional one.
Wow, that's,
And
yeah.
it's gel.
Okay.
So it's a tiny bit heavier, but the benefit is sometimes the compression feels good.
Yeah.
But the neat thing about that, that's frozen pretty much. And it's been out of the freezer for probably about a half an hour.
Okay.
But it stays totally
Let's
flexible.
use this for its intended purpose, to keep my martini
well,
cold.
you know what? Priorities, really. Absolutely.
Hey,
Another use.
Another use. I have a question about this. Is you put this in the freezer, obviously, and it stays cold for quite a while, and it's a gel in here, so it's similar to this. I know you sold the little gel packs or something, but this is obviously much heavier duty.
Yes,
than
it's
that.
more of a professional grade. The thing about this one is that because it does get so cold, you have to cover it. You can't put it directly on your skin.
right.
So I usually say slip it inside a pillowcase, and then you
Good
can
idea.
put it wherever, and then only 20 minutes at a time.
Okay.
Because it starts to freeze the tissues, and that's not a good
All
idea.
right. Now, the age-old question, and because you are an occupational therapist.
Hot or cold?
Hot or cold.
Okay, so it used to be cold, and it used to be the adage ice. So it's ice, compression, elevation.
Okay.
And that used to be the norm when you get an injury. And it used to be for the first 24 hours you would use cold, next 24 hours you would use heat, and then after that you would use whatever feels good. The current thinking is that heat, as long as you don't have a lot of inflammation, because heat will increase inflammation, but as long as you don't have a lot of inflammation, heat is actually better on an injury, because what it does, it increases the circulation.
Okay.
And then as we all know, our blood has all these good little cleaner outers and nutrients, and the blood is good for, eating away what hurts. So that's the
So
current.
maybe if you twisted an ankle, not major, but cold, but maybe if you strain something in your back, working in the garden, heat, something like that?
And
Okay.
if it feels better after the heat, then, stick with
Okay.
that. Sometimes you'll notice that it doesn't, and then
Okay.
go to the cold.
All right, very good.
So then we have our newest, latest, greatest, of course.
Yes.
And that's our CBD. And our CBD comes in a multitude of varieties. I just brought a couple. But this is our tincture. And the difference is we have internal and we have external.
Right.
So the internal, the tincture this is a 3,000 milligrams. So this is pretty much the strongest tincture that we have. There's actually a 3,000 plus that they're making now. But this is systemic. So it really works really well for like anxiety, depression, sleep, things like that. It's kind of a systemic thing. And it doesn't have any THC, so you won't get high.
Right.
You can travel with it. It doesn't show up in a blood test. Pilots, they actually formulated for this, like people, like doctors, pilots, people that cannot test positive for any THC. So the tincture is there, and then it's a dropper full, however you want. If your doggies are anxious, or
Yeah,
I use
I've
this.
seen this, and I think this is actually a good idea because you're trying to, maybe you're calming your dog down for some whatever reason.
Yeah.
And this is also, so this isn't pills. This is.
That is the tincture still for the dogs, and you
Okay.
can put it in your food.
So it's really the
sometimes-
same as this, because
It
I'm
is.
looking at the milligrams. Okay.
No, it's not. This is
Oh, it's not.
300. That's 3,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dogs
That's
are
right.
smaller.
Oh, I'm looking at the size of the
Yeah.
bottle.
Oh, the size of the bottle is the
Yeah.
same. Yeah, and the
Okay.
dropper's the same.
And this one's beef flavored.
Yeah, our 150 is chicken flavored.
Yeah,
So
okay.
they love it. But I put a few drops on my fingers, and my dog will lick it off my fingers.
Yeah.
And I do it when he gets really anxious. And like 4th of
Wow.
July with
Yeah, that's a good
the
idea.
fireworks and all that.
And
Works
these
really well.
this doesn't like go bad. In other words, if I bought it and you use this maybe a few times a year, it's going to last.
It's going to last.
Good idea.
Yeah, it's an MCT oil, so it's going to last. And then we have different formulas. This one is a Good Morning formula. It has B vitamins in it, and it's a 50 milligram tab with B vitamins.
Okay.
And so it's going to give you kind of some energy and focus throughout the day, which is really neat. This is My favorite, this is a melatonin, so this is for sleep.
Okay.
And it's again, a capsule with the melatonin, and it has 10 milligrams of melatonin.
Okay.
And so the only thing that I would caution people is that if you're sensitive to melatonin, take half a tablet.
Okay.
Or start with even a quarter tablet, because that would be like 2 milligrams of the melatonin.
And these are supposed to be all non-addictive, right?
Non-addictive, right.
Okay.
This one's for sleep, and it does work.
Now,
really
as far
well.
as, these are all over the counter, so obviously you don't need a prescription or
Right.
anything like that.
Right.
Okay.
And then the other thing that we have in the store that I didn't bring that people love, and I've got 2 versions, well, I've got 3. One is they're a pain cream, and the best one is the roll-on. It's a 250 milligram. And it acts like the 750 milligram because it's a roll-on, so you can kind of get into the tissues a little bit more, rather than the topical cream that can rub off. So it's a roll-on, and that's a really nice one too for joint pain, muscle aches, those types of things.
Okay. Now, as far as getting these and figuring out which is right, in some cases, not the pet one, of course, but 2 or 3 of these may do the same thing as what you prefer.
Exactly.
Like if you want the roll-on for something topical, a certain area, whatever it might be.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And it kind of depends on your tolerance as far as, because these come in different milligrams.
They do.
So this
Okay.
is the highest at 3,000. We have 500 and 1,000
Okay.
as well. So.
All right. Very good. All things to help mask your pain.
Yeah.
But as an occupational therapist, you're probably the first to say that your pain is telling you something. So
Right. Don't
you've got
ignore
to
it.
don't ignore it.
Exactly.
Right.
And yes, and that's really important. A lot of people think, oh, I'm just being a wimp, especially people that tend to be really active and independent. You think, oh, I'm such a wimp for this hurting, but it's not true because it's there for a reason.
Right. All right.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers.
All right. We'll see you next time. And if you ever need any help with something, Adapt to It is located right at El Toro Road and Paseo de Valencia. She's got a great staff there, Leslie does, and really good people. They'll help you out.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back. Good to see you.
Thank
Happy
you.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Get out and live your life with the Buzz Around XL travel scooter from Golden. The Buzz Around is fun to drive with a tight indoor turning radius so you can go just about anywhere. It's also so easy to charge and offers all-day range so you can go further. The Buzz Around even has more leg and foot room for all-day driving comfort. Be safe with the XL's ultra-bright LED headlight. Plus, the Buzz Around XL can be easily taken apart into several lightweight pieces. See for yourself just how easy and affordable mobility freedom can be.
Save now at LA Carpet & More's 50% off sale.
Buy direct and save 50% on carpet and 50% off tile.
Plus, get 5 years 0% financing.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
Save now at LA Carpet & More's 50% off sale.
Buy direct and save 50% on carpet and 50% off tile.
Plus, get 5 years 0% financing.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
Hiring a realtor you trust is the first step in selling your home. Selecting an escrow company that can safeguard your money and personal information throughout the transaction is the next step. Escrow Options will guarantee the safety of your personal information and funds from the risks of wire fraud and cyber theft. Choose the escrow company that works for you. Escrow Options Group, protecting consumer assets in escrow since 2005.
You asked me what I wanted to be when I was a child, I would have told you a princess or an astronaut, maybe even a chef. But things change. I may not have become a princess, but I found someone who treated me like one. I may not have become an astronaut, but I still got to see the world. I may not have become a chef, but you would never leave my house hungry. The Emeritus Institute has kept my love of learning alive. Every day is a new adventure, and the Emeritus classes have made it possible to keep living out my dreams. Sign up today and begin your life's next adventure.
Welcome back. Well, yes, we have Mary Ann today. We have Carla Gardner on, and she is a fitness instructor, and she is working with the Emeritus Group to bring you all sorts of very interesting, different types of exercise. Welcome to the show. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you are very fit, and I saw you when you walked in. You look like you really are sort of showing off what it is that you kind of breathe and live by. So let's talk a little bit about your history and how you got into fitness.
Sure. Well, I've been into fitness since I was a little kid. I started out as a gymnast. I'm 4'9".
Okay.
And so I had no options there and started pumping iron or lifting weights in high school. And as soon as I started college, people were like, hey, how do you get those six-pack abs? So at 50 years old, I'm still rocking an 8-pack, which is kind of exciting.
Nice.
Right? Not bad. 3 kids, 2 grandkids. And so people started asking me how to do this and that, and I just learned how much I loved it. Became certified as a personal trainer with AFA in 1996.
Okay.
Started my own business in 97 and just kept going from there. I just kept going for my bachelor's in counseling and then a couple masters in exercise science.
Wow.
So one of my masters is in rehabilitation. I am a corrective exercise specialist, which means I help people go from this to this. So we help people with posture, which really makes a huge difference in fall prevention and balance and pain prevention and also injury recovery and injury prevention.
So give me an example of that, because you see that so much where people are hunched over. Just like something that we could do every day.
Every day you can stretch your chest. So when our muscles up here get really tight, they pull us forward. And then our muscles back here get long and weak because we forget we own them. So if we could just pull our shoulder blades together, squeeze a pencil between your shoulder blades, and then reach for the ground. So that's gonna work those muscles here that literally keep you from going from here to here. So literally stretch your chest, put your arms in a doorway, stretch, and then pencil between your shoulder blades and then reach down. So that's the one simple everyday thing, and it will make a huge difference because you're not just
and
like
we can
this.
just do it in our chairs.
I teach a chair exercise class. There's so many things we can do in a chair.
Isn't that great? Because we're sitting
It's
all day long
amazing.
in our chairs.
Yeah.
We don't have to just go to a class that has a chair.
Right.
So, so you have, well, when did you start working with the Emeritus Group?
Actually, this is my first semester. I'm so excited. When they hired me at the beginning of summer, so I just literally waited all summer to start teaching. Teaching is my favorite thing to do. I've been teaching the whole time I've been in the fitness industry.
Right.
That's why I'm in the fitness industry, so I can help others learn how to take really good care of themselves.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the classes. So the beginning chair exercises we mentioned, what do they do in that?
Well, the beginning chair exercise, right now I teach an intermediate chair exercise, so next semester will be a beginning chair exercise, so we're just going to do lighter exercises.
Okay.
It'll be 50 minutes. We do a warm-up, or we do some like movements that mimic other exercises, just kind of slower, and then we'll do some cardio. You can run in a chair, you can do jumping jacks in a chair, you can jump rope in a chair. It's amazing. So we'll get that heart rate up for a few minutes, and then we'll do some basic strength training that will help anybody, some sit to stands, you know, some of those muscles in our back that we don't remember to strengthen.
Right.
And then a cool down, so we'll do some really nice stretches towards the end and just get the whole body going from head to toe.
Okay.
And then also the great thing about exercise is the best way to activate your mind. So I did work at the senior center for quite a while.
Okay.
And I worked
At our senior center?
No, I
A
wish.
different one, okay.
A different one. But I worked with the specialty clients, like that had, you know, maybe Alzheimer's or Parkinson's or, you know, memory issues and things like that. But the best thing to activate the mind is exercise.
Okay.
And so doing bigger movements and range of motion if you want to feel better, you know, inside and out, top to bottom. Exercise is your answer.
Well, and you know what?
And you can do it in a chair.
You can do it in a chair. You can do it in standing, wherever. It doesn't matter, right? And every doctor that I have on is always saying exercise, exercise. You know, prevent heart disease, prevent this, prevent always exercise.
And puts you in a better mood.
Yeah, of course.
Like immediately.
Exactly.
You know, endorphins are real.
Yes, they are real. Okay, and then you're teaching that at San Clemente Presbyterian Church.
Yes.
So
starting in January.
Okay, but then there's also we'll talk about the other class second, and then we'll talk about some other things you have happening around here. So then the next one is sequential stretching.
Yes.
So what's that?
So that is where we have kind of a format. Well, so we start out kind of slow and we do some stretch. The whole thing is stretches, but we just sequentially stretch the whole body from top to bottom.
Oh.
Some of the stretches are similar to yoga. Some of the stretches I incorporate from my corrective exercise things that we do. So just every muscle and joint in your body is going to get stretched and range of motion, and which helps you move better throughout the day.
Right.
It's very relaxing. We do kind of a meditative, relaxing pose at the end.
Good.
So we try to move with our breath. And so it's very, just a very relaxing way of stretching and getting your day started. And so we do that in Dana Point.
Now, and that's in Data Point. Now, how do you do, so sequential stretching, is it on a mat?
Yes, it's on a mat. So for the stretch class, we use a mat. We also use a strap, and we also use kind of a small little squishy ball. So I combine some core strength training to, again, so make sure that we have really good posture, because fall prevention is something that I'm very passionate about, because I just don't want anybody to fall.
Yeah.
Because when that happens, then, you know, it's just really hard to recover. So if we can prevent that, or if we can even be stronger going into any kind of, you know, something that could happen in the future, if you're stronger going into it, you're going to be able to come out of it a lot faster, better.
I
so
agree with that, yeah.
I'm a huge advocate on health and wellness for everybody.
For everybody, but
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're, you know, that you're offering things. I mean, because you obviously, I mean, hey, you know, we're at the age that we are, and we want to start now or before. So when you get to be 70 and 80 years old, you are stronger. So,
Exactly.
So you have a couple of things that are going on as well that you could help some of our seniors. Tell me about that.
Yes, absolutely. I'm a mobile trainer, so I come to people's homes. I bring everything that we need and just help you right there where you're at. I do, you know, a full, like an assessment of your posture and your movement and, you know, what your health is now and what you want it to be. And we work with your goals and your strengths, and we just kind of go from there. I'm also going to be renting a studio in Mission Viejo coming soon, where I can do some more group classes.
Oh, great.
Like the sequential stretch or a chair aerobics class or something like that. So I'm also certified yoga.
Great.
Also, if you happen to be an athlete, I love aging athletes. So I've trained a lot of tennis players, golfers, and things like that. So even though I specialize with the senior or the aging adult, I also love older athletes because we exist, right? And we want power. So one of my certifications is National Association of Speed and Explosion. So all of your power comes from your glutes. So if you want to create power for a stronger swing or a better game, I can train you for power and also injury prevention. So we do a lot of self-myofascial release. So I work with a lot of the foam rollers, the Theracanes, the physio balls, all those kinds of things to really just create function in the body where you can move better for your workouts.
And you have all of that, like you said, for mobile. So you could bring some of those things.
I bring it all with me.
You bring it all. That is really
I bring it to my classes.
Well, that's great. Well, we've got tons of athletes here. I mean, we have golfers, we have pickleballers, we have, you know, tennis players. You name it. There's a lot of us here. Yeah. So there's a lot of very active people here. So that's awesome. Well, good. All right, good. So let's take a look at, we have a, oh wait, I forgot to talk about aqua fitness.
Oh yeah, we teach a lot of
But you're not doing aqua fitness with the Emeritus
Not
group.
with Emeritus. So I will be doing probably some aqua fitness with the Laguna Niguel Community Center in March. I believe I'll be over there with some classes.
Well, I think you need to come here because we have pools and we
I
want
would
you
love to
help out some of our seniors. So we'll make sure that people get your information. Okay, let's just talk a little bit about the classes again. So beginning chair exercise is ticket number 18575. So when they go on to the website, Saddleback, it's saddleback.edu/CS, I believe, and that is where they can sign up and pick the classes through the Emeritus group.
Definitely,
Right, okay,
yes.
good. Okay, so that, and then the other one is ticket number 15940, and that's the sequential stretching. Okay, perfect, yeah, it's saddleback.edu/CS. Well, good. Well, thank you so much. It's very nice to meet you. You're very inspirational, and hopefully our group will sign up and come join you at the classes.
Yes, we want everybody to come exercise. Like, keep you happy, safe, and get you stronger.
Excellent, excellent. All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, so we have fitness and exercise is obviously a very important aspect to staying healthy. So make sure you wake up and do your stretches so you don't hunch over like Carla said. We'll be right back.
Well, as we were talked about at the opening of the show today, that we're celebrating our Constitution today and the Citizenship Day as well. So I think it's very appropriate that our guests, along with Supervisor Lisa Bartlett today, we have Saul Viramontes. We're talking about the 2020 census, so it fits right in. Thank you for being here. Always good to see you.
Great to be back.
Yeah, and Saul, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Great to have you here today. And boy, it's coming up again. It's about every 10 years, right?
Every 10 years, yes.
And it's one of those type of things that I think, once it happens, people kind of forget about, and how does it work, and what's the kind of information that is needed. And that's why it's so important, because it really determines in many ways a lot of the funding that this area, the state, and many other states obviously get, right?
Yes, the 2020 census is going to be critical, and you're right, every 10 years we have a census. But it's really important for every person to be counted, because the census count determines our state and our federal funding for some essential programs that we roll out to our communities. And the census count is also used for determining the redistricting lines for county, state, and federal offices.
Okay, and what do you mean by that is if they look if there's a shift or something, how those lines may be determined? But is it determined? I always get confused when it comes to that sort of thing. Is it determined by the federal government or the state, or the two together as far as redistricting lines?
There's a redistricting commission that Saul will talk about that is specific for the 2020 census, and that commission will determine the actual boundary lines.
So the county is launching its own efforts for this, and to get the word out and kind of prepare people in advance, right?
Yes, it's really important for the county to be proactive and get the word out that every person in Orange County needs to be counted, because funding is dependent upon our census count. So having everyone participate is extremely critical.
Right, and Saul, that's why you're here today, right?
Definitely.
Tell us about what you do and your office does.
Okay, so a little bit about what I'm doing for the 2020 census is this year the census is this cycle, the census is so much more different than it was in the past. In the past, we were used to enumerators coming to the door with a questionnaire packet.
Right.
However, this year the federal government wanted to change it up a bit, take advantage of the technology we have today. So it will be primarily online.
Okay.
But the good thing is, since the census is such a large federal effort, there's a lot of planning to go along with that.
Okay.
The state of California set aside funding to make sure that the right amount of outreach was the right amount of resources were deployed into the community, just to make sure all residents understand the process of what they should be expecting. And the one thing we will be doing with the Laguna Woods Mutual Association in the village is to make sure that we establish questionnaire assistance centers.
Okay.
And these centers will help individuals participate in the census fun, safe, easy. Additionally, it will bring awareness to make sure everybody knows the census is here.
And as you said 10 years ago, how it's changed, people come up to the door. And in many cases, that was off-putting to people. They're like, who is this person? I don't want to give them personal information and things like that. Now, is there still, for those who maybe don't go online that often, like my dad, although he lives in New Mexico, will there be a way for them to participate?
Correct. So 5% of the census tracts across all of the nation will get a paper questionnaire to start. However, we're not clear which census tracts that's going to be. But everybody will have an invitation to participate through the mail, and they could go online and complete the census. If they choose to look for assistance, I think the Laguna Woods, the city of Laguna Woods will be prepared for that, and so will the mutual. And I've been working with President Juanita Skillman to make sure that we message this appropriately to all the residents, and so everybody understands, just how quick and easy this process will be.
Now, as far as going online to do this, I am assuming that one of the, like our family, either I'm going to do it or my wife is going to do it. I doubt my daughter will, since she's 13. But it's one family member kind of fills it out for that family unit. Am I right?
That's correct. So I want to take the emphasis away from family, just because a lot of households isn't always, you know, your mom, dad, and the children. So it's usually the head of the household or the individual paying the mortgage or the rent, right?
Okay.
And that individual is going to be responsible for listing everybody in the household.
Okay.
So this could include a renter or grandma, grandpa, anybody else in the
Oh,
household.
really? Even a renter or something? So the renter does not go on and do it themselves, or what if they're you know, there are people here, there might be, or roommates or something like that. If you're still an individual, you pay taxes individually, would you each do it separately? And this may not so much apply here. I'm just more as a curious question. If a household, like before I got married, I lived with two other guys in a house. We were all individuals. So I'm wondering how that would work.
Ideally, there would be one application per address.
Okay. All right, very good. And tell me again, Lisa, how important this is, because you know, there's been a lot in the news about this over the last year, you know, any kind of changes to the questions and things like that. But irregardless of what somebody's situation is, the point is the funding that comes in. And this is a big part of it, right?
Yes, the numbers that are determined through the 2020 census, those numbers that actually go to the president when the census is completed, the federal government and then rolling down to the state government, those numbers are used to determine the actual funding that we receive at the county level. And based on the funding, we roll that money into the various programs that we roll out to our residents in Orange County. People are always asking, you know, when does this start? When can they get involved? So starting March 12th, people can go online and they can go via phone. They can always, you know, call in, but also the mail as well.
Okay.
And then the completion date is not March 1st, but April 1st is the last day that public responses can be sent in.
Okay.
And for those that don't send in a response by April 1st, they will probably receive a knock on their door. Because for every household where we don't receive a response back with information, the census organization will come out there and knock on the door to try to obtain that information.
Okay, so how long is the form online? How long would it take somebody?
The form is 7 questions.
Oh, okay.
So if it's just one person, it should be less than 10 minutes, 5 minutes maybe. So yeah, just multiply 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes by the number of individuals in the household. And it's very basic information, name, birth date. I just want to also highlight the fact that the U.S. Census Bureau is the only agency that has access to that information. Once they get all this information in their very secure servers, what they do is they package it and they report it as a statistical number. And that's no identifying information. Once all that information has been taken in, it's encrypted, and then they report it as a statistic. For example, in the city of Laguna Woods, this is the approximate age. This is the number of male. This is the number of female.
All right. Now, we start this in March. Obviously, you'll be back many times before then to remind people. But where can they go for more information? Can they just go to ocgov.com? Is there a link there? They just want to find out information about it.
Yes, sir. So we have a website, ocgov.com/census2020.
Okay.
And I also want to point them to the 2020census.gov, which is the official Census Bureau website for the 2020 census.
Okay, and I guess my point is you want to get the word out, especially as we get closer to the date for people, because it's something they have to be proactive on. Am I right? They're not, or will people get a mailer saying you need to go online?
Correct. So there will be a mailer that goes out in the beginning of March.
Okay, great.
The invitation is started on March 12th.
Okay.
And they'll get 2 reminders before April 1st, and as Supervisor Butler mentioned, starting April 15th is when we're going to see that non-response follow-ups for individuals who haven't responded.
Okay, and we see the date on here, December 31st of 2020. That's when the results are due to the president, and then obviously they're probably made public, I don't know, probably takes another month or so, where we kind of figure out how the population has changed or whatever it might be, right?
And I'll be putting reminders in my e-newsletter that goes out every Friday.
Yes, and also obviously between now and then, like I said, you'll be back and many times. And I think maybe it'd be nice to have you back sometime.
We'd love to be back.
Yeah, just let us know, especially since you're working with the community directly here. Now, one more thing we want to talk about, And this is coming up on October 19th at the Norman P. Murray. And this is the 12th Annual South County Emergency Preparedness Expo, right?
We are so excited about that. It's our 12th annual event at the Norman P. Murray Center in Mission Viejo, 9 to 1 p.m. on October the 19th. And I'm partnering with the Orange County Sheriff's Department, the Fire Authority, and the City of Mission Viejo. We're going to have a booth there, but all of the entities, the vendors, the Fire Authority will have vehicles there. We'll have demonstrations. We have a lot of free giveaways, and it's just a fun day for the entire family. It's a great educational experience, but we have a lot of fun for the kids, a lot of activities around the youth. So it's a great day for everyone to come and enjoy and learn about how you can prepare your family household for an emergency.
Yeah, very important. We're not just talking about earthquake, just any reason that comes about. So
absolutely. Very
good. Now, again, if people would like to sign up for your newsletter, how would they go about that?
They can go to my 5th District at the County of Orange. So just sign on to the OCGov website, go to the 5th District.
Okay.
And you'll see the link to sign on for my e-newsletter. It's really great information.
It is.
Comes out every Friday in the afternoon, and it talks about all the events and activities that we've handled for the week, but also things that are coming up. And it has information about things like the census, getting involved, and things that are important to the community at large.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of, depending on the time of the year, neat, fun things that you list there, obviously. It's only like 100 days till Christmas, believe it or not. So you'll be having stuff up around your district for all that fun events and holidays and Halloween and all kinds of things.
Yes.
Yeah, looking forward to that. I want to know in advance, is Dana Point still putting up all their lights this year?
This year will probably be really spectacular because our OC Parks always does a phenomenal job with our harbor festivities and lighting. But this year, the Dana Point Harbor Partners, the team that is going to revitalize the harbor, will be involved as well. So the Dana Point Harbor team working in conjunction with OC Parks, I would anticipate even more fun activities and decorations and lights for the public to enjoy.
All right, it is really spectacular. I know we got a few months to go, but plan on going down there because one, it's free, and you have a great time in the evening, lots of good restaurants, and I forget his name, the coffee guy, the guy who's on the coffee shop and the ice cream place for 40
Jim
years.
Miller.
Yes, we always stop there. You know, it doesn't matter even if it's chilly out, gotta have an ice cream. Great to see you. And we'll see you in about a month. And folks, if you sign up for the newsletter, you can watch us all over again because you usually post that there. And Saul will definitely get you back. All right, thank you for coming on. We'll be right back.
I run Fox News. Anyone outside is the enemy.
We need to reclaim this country for the real Americans.
Gretchen?
Roger. I'm broadening my audience.
Well, I hired you because you're a beauty queen.
He's a bully.
I will do anything to protect my people. I'm a multifaceted man.
Welcome back. I have Joe Donahue, who is here with Pro Sport Therapy, and he has a new collaboration with Hoag Orthopedic Institute that he'd like to tell us about. But more importantly, it's been a while. Thank you for being here.
Oh, my pleasure. Great to see you again. You've been a loyal customer too for us.
Well, yes, I have, and always good to hear about new stuff. And I had seen you at the golf tournament, and you had told me about your new collaboration. Tell me about how that came about.
I'm very excited about the collaboration with Hoag. We've worked with many of their physicians, all 90 of their orthopedic surgeons, 300 physicians on staff. I've known many of them for years and years and years. We want to continue our continuum of care to our Orange County residents, from physical therapy to performance and our preventative classes too.
Now you have a variety of locations, one right here in Laguna Hills, correct?
Yes, right, just a few miles away on this side of the freeway, so no one has to cross the freeway, right on Lake Forest and Lago.
Okay, all right. And so what are some of the things that you guys provide there?
Well, each one of my 3 Orange County locations are 10,000 square feet. They combine physical therapy and performance. So when you're done with your traditional physical therapy, you can continue to work out, and either with a one-on-one training or a mini group of people of similar age, similar goals, or in a full-on class. So we do combine training for NFL athletes, pre-NFL athletes. And you know, one of our most successful classes is our Silver Sneakers program.
Okay.
And we have 30 to 40 senior athletes coming in on Tuesday and Thursday from 10:30 to 11:30, and they just have a ball. They work out, and have fun, and enjoy themselves.
So what kind of workout is it?
Well, they all have their own chairs, so they do some of the exercises sitting with free weights.
Okay.
Then you do standing stuff for lower extremity, single leg stuff, balance stuff. It's all to music. The teachers are professional and wonderful, and it's a really, really good time. I think half of them go out to lunch afterwards too. They have coffee and lunch. So it's like a big thing. So it's really, really
It's
fun.
an outing.
It's an outing, exactly.
I like that. I like it. You've had a lot of successful outcomes. Can you give me an example?
Oh.
I know you have hundreds, but
we have hundreds.
One must stick out.
Oh yeah. Oh geez, we have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of great outcomes.
Right.
They are all put online and given to Medicare services to rate us, basically. So.
Oh, okay.
Just like at HOI and with the doctors too.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. So
we have lots of success stories, but
yes,
the outcomes are number driven, report driven.
Is there any one success story that just sort of sticks out in your mind?
A patient, Orange County resident, who had a heart transplant, and he's been coming into our place trying to get him back functional, increase in his cardiovascular endurance, his general strength. He went through this process of needing a heart transplant for a long time, so he kind of had diminishing physiological changes, and then got a new heart.
Right.
And he's back. That's the most recent yesterday success stories. But we've had hundreds and hundreds of professional athletes come through. I was with the team. I was with the Anaheim Ducks for 18 years. We are currently working with LA Chargers right down the street from my Costa Mesa facility. And Angels, of course. We've had a number of Angels come through.
Right.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of successfully rehabbed athletes.
Right. Well, what I like about that story is that it wasn't necessarily something that was debilitating him from a exterior standpoint. It was an internal. Okay. So you don't just take care of people who have the extremity problems. It's also internal.
It's not just orthopedic problems. This is a physiological problem, and a strength and conditioning and endurance problem. Right. And he's a very happy man.
Excellent. All right, so let's talk about where your locations are again. You have the one is off of where in Laguna Hills?
Oh, we're right off of Lake Forest.
Okay.
And Del Lago, right on this side of the freeway.
Okay.
About a block away.
Okay.
Just a few miles away from here.
Okay.
Rancho Santa Margarita, another 13,000 square foot facility with performance and physical therapy. And Costa Mesa, right off of Bristol. Okay. Beautiful facility. Right. Then I have one in LA in Rancho Palos Verdes also.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. And if they want more information, what is your website?
ProSportPT.com.
ProSportPT.com. Perfect. And if they have any additional questions, they can always call the number that's on the screen, which is 387-7333.
Perfect. Yes.
Excellent. Any last words?
Great to see you.
Oh, you too. Thanks. Well, thanks for being on, and congratulations on your collaboration.
Awesome. Thank you.
And remember, if you want more information about what we've just talked about, you can go to prosportpt.com, or you can call 949-387-7333. We'll be right back.
Dr. Yi-Wing Tong and Dr. Elaine Tong specialize in treating chronic pain and other disorders without drugs or surgery. Our therapy uses anesthetic injections to enhance acupuncture, curing disorders by restoring circulation and health. Most of our patients have tried all kinds of therapies without benefit, but obtained relief with their first treatment. Whether you are suffering from chronic pain, mental disorders, or simply wanting to maintain optimal health, we are here to help. Call today for your free phone consultation.
Cheers and welcome back.
Still in character.
Yes.
He's loving today. Oh, Lovely Still. You want me to do that one?
Still.
Okay. Lovely Still
That's what
is
I
the
call
movie.
my wife. Well, actually, Lovey.
Lovey.
Yes, Lovey.
The Friday movie is Lovely Still, and it's at 2 and 7 p.m. And I think there were no subtitles for this, right?
Correct.
No subtitles. It is a holiday fable that tells the story of an elderly man discovering love for the first time. Martin, who is played by Martin Landau, a perennial bachelor, is surprised when his new neighbor, Mary, who is played by Ellen Bernstein, asks him out on a date. The unexpected romance blooms until Martin's fear and jealousy take the couple down an unexpected path. It also is starring Elizabeth Banks, and this is a romance drama from 2008. So
Yes.
it looks nice, and that will be on Friday at 2 and 7 p.m.
That should be very good.
It's lovely.
Yes, it is
Lovely.
lovely. Yes. And
you're going to
nice
talk
Christmas-
about
Spider-Man, Far From
Spider-Man.
Home. And if you are a fan of the Marvel Universe, you will like this, because this takes place right after Avengers Endgame. And in this one, Peter Parker is relaxing on a European vacation and takes an unexpected turn when Nick Fury shows up at his hotel room to recruit him for a special mission. The world is in danger because 4 massive elemental creatures, each representing Earth, air, water, and fire, emerge from a hole in the
No wind?
No wind. No.
Sorry.
I know. They were a great band, Earth, Wind, and Fire. They emerge from the universe, and Spider-Man soon finds himself Peter Parker dons a Spider-Man suit to help Fury and fellow superhero Mysterio stop the evil entities from wreaking havoc across the continent. So
Okay.
I've seen just parts of this, and it looks good. I do want to remind you that, as with almost all the Marvel movies, you go into about 2 minutes of credits, and then there's a scene, then there's like 3 or 4 minutes of credits, and then there's another scene.
Hand me your drink.
Yes, so there you go. I think you will really like this.
Oh,
Yes.
I stole his drink.
Yes, you did.
Just wanted to smell it.
Yeah, very. All right.
So what do we got?
All right,
Well, you can
know
just
what?
make it.
You can just make this, because I have the slide up. I thought this was tomorrow as well, but it's not. I forgot, it's just today, Day of the Dead. If you want to participate, if you're watching us in the morning from 10 a.m. to noon, a free event, and I think you will, get over there and enjoy this. This is going to be at Clubhouse 1 in the main lounge in the back patio.
Yep,
So we're going to have some
the
treats over
pan
there for
de
you.
muerto and Mexican coffee.
Yes.
Sounds good. Maybe we
It
should run
does.
over there and have some
It does
snacks.
sound good. And we
Oh, yeah.
have to
Fall
remind
back.
you, we're already there. Fall back this weekend, as I mentioned earlier, that when you go to bed on Saturday, you want to fall back 1 hour, or you can stay up to Sunday at 2 a.m. and do it officially then.
Oh.
It's totally up
Is
to you.
that when it changes?
That's
at 2
when
a.m.?
it changes.
I
at
didn't
2
know that. I
a.m.
thought it was midnight.
Yeah.
It doesn't change at midnight?
No, it does not change at midnight.
Oh, what's the history behind that, Ken?
I do not know. Maybe we'll look that
We'll
up.
have to look that up for you and bring it to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, you do that
But
tomorrow.
you can
morning.
watch, you can look at your phone and see 2 and then pop back to 1.
Oh, neat. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. And the weather's just crazy.
The weather is, but fortunately, as I've said here in Orange County, we have been very lucky.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
we
been.
really
No
have.
fires. Cross your fingers.
Yeah, and then there's Station 22 there. And,
Yes, I love that drone
They've certainly
shot.
been out and about, but
They have.
fortunately not for fires.
Right.
There were some in Orange County, a couple little spot fires. There's actually, unfortunately, the biggest fire in Orange County yesterday was a home up in Mission Viejo.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah.
So, but fortunately, it did spread to another home, but they got that out. We haven't had any brush fires. and hope that stays that way. Doesn't look like in this area a lot of wind. It's supposed to trail off all throughout Southern California today. In fact, the winds this morning were a lot less than what they were yesterday throughout the area, so that's good. And then, as I said, fall back Saturday night, and we've just got some beautiful weather coming our way and around Orange County today. Also very nice, as you can see, we're all in the maybe touching 81 degrees up there in your Belinda area, Foothills 79. Everywhere else in the mid to upper 70s, Arrowhead 58, and you know, you notice again, Palm Springs 76.
Lovely day for golf out there.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's
Nice.
the perfect time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that shot. Good job.
Yeah.
I love those guys. They were very fun. We're going to be bringing you a fun segment with them where we actually went on a ride-along with them. So hopefully we'll have that in the next couple weeks for you. That was super fun. Oh, I'm sorry. You can have your drink. You can have your drink back. Okay, so tomorrow we are having United Mutual Update. We're having the Shalom Club. Have you had them on before?
I don't believe so.
That's kind of cool. It'd be interesting to know what they're all about. And Sterling Financial and the Lutheran Heritage Club will be here. So have a great October 31st. Happy Halloween, and we will see you tomorrow, not dressed like this.
Well, who knows?
I don't know. He might still do
may
it.
be.
You never know.
I like this better rather than a regular tie, so this may be my new look.
Is this your new look? All right.
It's my new look.
Well, watch for Ken and his new look tomorrow. Have a great day in the village.
Bye-bye.
Bye.